Well, thank you so much, Radebe. Indeed, here at the stadium, people are still coming in numbers. We see a lot of them. The overflowed sections are already overflow themselves. So it is quite exciting for the ANC to see such a turnout for this very important event for them. But joining me now is Jeff Radebe, just to elaborate for us. We've been asking a lot of ANC leaders what are their expectations with today's January 8th statement. Now, to you now, Mr. Radebe, what are your expectations?
Well, my expectations are the expectations of the people of South Africa, who are very electrified by the new leadership of the organization, and also indicating that this year must see a lot of renewal of the organization, so that we must be repositioned to be that mechanism that accelerates this system of social transformation to change the lives of our people for the better, but also to ensure that within the organization we renew ourselves so that the divisions of the past must be buried and forgotten, in line with what our forebears, Dube, Sam and others said. Unity is the foundation stone upon which we need to build this organization. But of course, we need to ensure that as we start 2018, we celebrate the anniversary of our icon, Nelson Mandela, who, if he has still been alive, will be 100 years old, together with another stalwart, Albertina Sisulu. But all these things, I believe, indicate that as an organization we should be as united as ever, ensuring that we renew it, and also to tackle the challenges that confront our people, which is unemployment, poverty and inequality.
There's been comparisons to ANC events in terms of turnout and today's turnout. What is your comment, or how do you feel as the ANC about today's turnout, understanding that with the Siangoba rallies before the local government elections, there were comparisons as to there were not so many people attending those, but today we see that indeed you are going to fill this stadium as well as the other two parts that have been set aside?
For me, it reminds me in the same stadium in January 2009, but at that time it was a different context when we're trying to ensure that the people who had left to join COPE, they come back. The same spirit, the same passion I see here, but in a different context, because our people feel that there's a new hope and vision of ensuring that the problems that they confront must be dealt with as a matter of extreme urgency. So I think the excitement that we see, the sentiments that our people are expressing, I think as the new leadership of the NEC, we need to live to the expectation of our people.
Now, lastly, Mr. Radebe, there have been those calls of cabinet reshuffle since there's new leadership in the ANC. There have been calls of the presidents to step down, and we've spoken to some leaders saying that let the ANC deal with its matters in their own pace. Now, in the context of unity now, are those outside voices having an influence within the organization, or will the organization not allow such and be able to manage and deal with their matters accordingly?
Well, I only read that in the media. We had a meeting of the National Executive Committee on Wednesday where we were focusing on the preparations and finalization of the January 8th statement that our President Cyril Ramaphosa will be outlining today. I need to emphasize one point, that the ANC is a strategic center of power. So that's where all things emanate from. So I think let's wait for the meeting of the National Executive Committee that will be outlining, arising from this statement of what we intend to do in the next 12 months in ensuring that the dreams and aspirations of our people of creating a better life for all is realized.
The impact within the organization during the local government election, losing some key municipalities, can we say that now with this new leadership, with the mandate of unifying the organization, they are going to make sure that the ANC regains the lost ground and also reclaim its position all over the country in the 2019 elections?
Yes, indeed. We are a learning organization. Even after the 2016 local government election, we had a 3-day session as the previous National Executive Committee, reflecting on the lessons that we have learned. But I think we have learned, because losing metros such as the Nelson Mandela, such as Johannesburg and Tshwane is not a small matter. So I believe that we are being renewed now. I myself was part of that leadership that has been here in the Eastern Cape. I was extremely impressed by the reception that we received here in the Eastern Cape, indicating that come 2019, we're going to rebound and ensure that those who are temporarily in office in Tshwane, Johannesburg, and Port Elizabeth, their days are numbered.
Well, thank you so much. Very confident, Mr. Radebe. There was Mr. Jeff Radebe, Minister in the Presidency.